Hello and happy Saturday, everyone! Today we are here with a digital speed paint. I was itching for color and the familiarity of my tablet pen again. I wanted to get back into practicing my characters and working on their visual concepts. This one is Azaira at nighttime reading with Ravus, her Linwulv friend. In the first half of October, I wanted to try out Inktober and bought some ink and some pens and nibs to play with it. I really enjoyed the actual real sensation of pen on paper, something you don't get with digital drawing. They can try to replicate the feel with tablet nibs and surfaces all they want, but the texture and sound is just not the same as actual pen application on paper. Playing with the ink gave me a great first look at my initial setup. It's nothing fancy, an iPhone on a holder, use an extra table in my room. I seem to be at the mercy of light from my window, and finding a lamp to not give harsh stretched shadows. The table sits upon carpet, so every tiny little movement would shake the camera. Much of this I can fix with time: a proper camera, a proper tripod, a light diffuser, and a bigger work area. I'm intentionally restricting myself to the bare basics. I want to learn as I go and grow with time, and as I grow, hopefully so will the quality of my videos. Ever since I got back into my passion for art, I have been drawing more than I ever have, and I can now start to see my improvement as I continue. Look at this. I'm so proud of this picture. I'm sure with time I'll see some flaws here or there, but look, it looks fantastic. I tried blobbing out the figures first, and wouldn't you know, it worked really well. I might continue this method as I experiment with my style and different ways of doing things. Doing so let me allow to see the shapes of the figures and let me get a better idea of the placement. So far I'm really enjoying this method. One of my new goals is to stop over-detailing. I love my details, don't get me wrong, but I have, and I'm sure you might have, overworked a picture to where it lost its way. I'm practicing letting it go and keeping my details on the main focus area and allowing myself to let the non-focus areas be more loose and free. And going back to the picture at hand, it covers some of the main characters, Azaira and Ravus. The story starts in the rainy capital of Tor Glen, where Azaira keeps a shop there. She mostly sells alchemical potions of her own design and making, but also sells a bunch of knickknacks and old relics from a long time past. And Ravus is a Linwulv who lives with her in her shop. As you can see, his species is based off of a wolf, but is much larger, with big front claws, and a series of quills that go down his back. Each set of quills is in a row, which you can see is in layers hiding under the fur that go down his back. At the angle where the back meets the tail, you can see a parting, where it shows the quills in a little bit more detail. Each quill is loaded under a protective scale. His thick fur covers most of it, but along his jaw and on top of his paws will also have more protective covering. The Linwulv packs are very wary and untrusting of humans, yet somehow Azaira was able to earn his trust. How is revealed in the story. In the beginning of this picture I was drawing, I almost drew him too big, and I had to remember he has to fit in her shop somehow. Ravus helps her around the shop when it is closed. Unfortunately, he can't be there when it's open, as Linwulvs are killed on sight in Tor Glen. The humans find them very dangerous and aggressive. Her comfortable stay in Tor Glen doesn't last for much longer, as recently she's earned the title the Witch of Tor Glen. This has hurt her reputation and made business very difficult. And just as she prepares to leave Tor Glen, she finds out that she's being hunted. I had a lot of fun with the light source in this picture, and it really makes me want to sit in front of a fire as I drew it. There's nothing more relaxing than a warm, crackling fire when it's cold and dark. I actually had a lot of fun putting in the background. Probably a first for me. I always tried to avoid making backgrounds. I always thought I was never good enough at them. But surprise, practice and references make perfect. And I know as I keep going, I'll only get better with time. And I think finding these textured brushes actually helped me a lot getting to that point. I've been wanting to work on hiding the obvious smooth digital finish in my pictures, going for more texture and a little bit better shading. The texture also helps encourage me be a little bit more loose and free. I stumbled across a few dab brushes a few years ago, never dabbled into it too much. I got a pack and it had a bazillion brushes in it. And ain't nobody got time for that, at least not back when I had tiny kids. Now that I'm getting back into art, I actually pulled these up and sifted through them. I've been finding quite a few ones I like a lot. the one I used in the Solus picture, and these ink types I found for this picture. Ironically, I stumbled across the ink ones in October. Both have really good sets to them and a nice texture. These ink ones come with 4 varieties of medium diluted, matte, resists, and super diluted, which gave me a lot of variety in the brush strokes when I was playing with this picture. As I play with these different brush types, I haven't settled on the ones I like the most for the line art and inking, the coloring and shading, but so far it's looking very promising. I'm still not where I'm at where I want the comic to look like, but with more practice and experimentation, I know I will find it. Now the tricky part for me is just remembering which brushes I like. On occasion, there's so many, sometimes they'll get lost and I will forget which one I used. So I've been getting in the habit of trying to all shuffle them into a little favorites tab so I can find them again. That and many more sneak peeks are on their way as I continue to flesh out and concept the characters for the story. If you enjoy the characters and like to follow along with the story, go ahead and like, subscribe to get more. I post a video every week. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next video.